What a man can do, a woman can do twice, so they say. But the question is, why isn't the country blossoming in abundance? If women are capable of producing twice what their men counterpart can do, what can become of a family which works in unison, where a woman can produce twice that which a man can produce? Then it means the family will have abundance. Human beings are social beings, more so women, and naturally crave for tender love, care, affection. This is something that academics, this is something that education, this is something that school can never, ever take out of a woman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all to Jenga Kenya TV. Jenga means to build or to construct, and Kenya is this our beloved country. Today, Kenya is in a crisis. But first things first, you are new here on Jenga Kenya TV, kindly press that subscribe button. Also like, share, give us a thumbs up and encourage us to keep on praising. Also share to our friends, and followers as well, so that we get to grow as a channel. Today we talk about the national crisis, single families. I know there is so much trouble in Kenya as we currently speak, talking about the cost of living, people surviving on a single meal a day today, businesses closing up anyhow because of the abnormal taxation from the country, investors opting out of the country because of the unsustained business environments, the ever-increasing cost in fuel, and which has led to reduced spending in the country, the fall in the Kenyan shilling against the international trading currency. All this, including the ravaging heavy rainfall that has led the country into confusion, wondering, is it El Nino, is it not El Nino? And the list is endless. Even with all the above described, nothing seems to more discouraging as the alarming rise in the number of single families in the country, which in my view should be called a national crisis. Kenya is currently ranked among the leading countries in Africa with single families. The statistics show that in a street sample of 10, almost 7 out of 10 will always be single parents striving to fend for their families single-handedly. From the statistics in 2015, I suppose, it showed that approximately 30% of the household and families are being led by single parents, with which single mothers take up almost the highest chunk, which constitutes 95% of the whole total lot, men only taking up 5%. When we talk about single mothers, we are not talking about widows. We are talking about those mothers who opt out of their own responsibilities, out of their own families, voluntarily to start a family all by themselves. So the question is, what has happened to the Kenyan family? What does this say about the modern Kenyan family, in which we have always taken it as a model unit for any given society or institution? The simplest unit of any family constitutes of basically the father, the mother, and the children, of which every individual has a distinct role and responsibility. For example, the mother in the family gives birth to life and nurtures the same life. She is always the nurse to the children. She provides all the nutrition that the family need in the household setup. And the mother is always the first teacher to her children, to her sons, and to her daughters. And on the contrary, the father offers all the protection that the family needs. He is the sole provider of the family and issues all the basic requirements that the family requires for survival. He gives that sense of direction and filters out what best works for the family, and that leaves out that which is not even necessary for the family. The father provides the discipline of the family, while the children take up the mantle of leadership and parenthood from their parents. So whatever we give to our children today as parents, that's the same we expect, and even worse in their future to come. What happens in the absence of any of the above? Let's say the absence of a father in the family. We always have that lack of direction and lack of discipline. We have a broken hope for our children, such that in their future to come, they don't even desire to get and be entangled even into the family issues and family affairs. We have a dysfunctional future generation, exactly what we are experiencing in our modern age and era today. Very, very confused family upbringings. We also have insecurity that exposes our women and children to senseless harms. So lack of a father in the family, lack of a husband in the family, may also lead to early pregnancies for the girls because they tend to lack direction for lacking a guide. And the cycle always repeats itself throughout the generation. Lack of a father in the family leads to drug abuse among the children because of depression and the anxiety because the future is not guaranteed for these children, and they are just wondering what will become of us when we don't have that role model. Single mothers are on constant drugs and are abusing drugs and are on constant antidepressant because of the hard responsibilities and duties laid upon their shoulders by deciding to become single unknowingly. An unending poverty cycle which comes as a result of one parent striving to make all ends meet and on behalf of the two parents. So this is all that comes with single parenting. Even with the above stats, women always bear the brunt in the family. In yesteryears, women were protected by the society. They were loved. They were given the guidance that they all required. Meanwhile, they were given some lighter responsibilities to undertake in the society. While men were allowed to bruise themselves and break their backs to make all ends meet for their families. This all happened cheerfully with all the responsibilities being distinct in the families. But the question is, what led to the river changing its course such that we are experiencing all the confusion that we are having currently in the world and in Kenya particularly? All women needed some care by the society, and even widows were guided through life. But today women are opting out of their relationship voluntarily. Single girls looking up to their role models. Their mothers are their role models, and even choosing to live life all by themselves, assigning themselves the titles of single mothers and independent mothers. But in truth, they are suffering in silence. What a man can do, a woman can do twice, so they say. But the question is, why isn't the country blossoming in abundance if women are capable of producing twice what their men counterpart can do? What can become of a family which works in unison, whereby a woman can produce twice that which a man can produce? Then it means the family will have abundance. When a woman says she is independent, it means that she is capable of taking care of the family solely without necessarily needing the assistance from the male counterparts. In 2015, the then president of the Republic of Kenya declared single motherhood a crisis, but no one took much interest into it. And today, this is November 2023, the number of single women leading their families seem to have tripled, and even single girls opting for the same idea, envying the life of few confused elite women who entice and encourage every woman to remain single so that they share in their predicaments, while themselves seem to be very, very unhappy. Human beings are social beings, more so women, and naturally crave for tender love, care, affection. This is something that academics, this is something that education, this is something that school can never, ever take out of a woman. That craving and that longing of belonging, the loving, the tender care, someone to question you, someone to bring you back to your senses. No chemical engineering can ever take this feeling out of a woman. No status in the government can ever take away this fact. Yet no one has taken any keen interest in addressing the issue. Question: has the freedom and independence that our women have sought for all the ages, have they ever achieved? Are women any happier as compared to their mothers and their grandmothers, who valued and considered the family as that basic unit of any given society? That's the question for you to ponder. Number 3, is modern family the real definition of any given society as it used to be in the past? Because a leader was always chosen and picked from a renowned family. Even with all this confusion, the principle still remains that a broken family gives rise to a broken nation. A corrupt family always gives rise to a corrupt society. And therefore, success only comes when every individual independent party depends upon each other, because we are all made different and are so empowered differently. So let's have, in summary, let's have a definition of who an independent woman is. The word independent woman or single woman does not have a definite description, but it is a word that is coined to imply a woman who has children but has deliberately chosen to raise up her children all by herself, assuming the roles of both the father and the mother, being in a position of turning your girl into a balanced woman and turning your boys into a real man of substance. That is a definition of a single woman. But is it possible to turn your girl single-handedly into a responsible woman in future? Are you capable of changing your young boy into a balanced man that has to stand the pressure of time in future? A single parent is one who assumes the role of parenting with the hope of passing on the same roles as the future model. So, teaching and guiding your children as a single mother, a single father, and helping them become future proud mothers or fathers, that is the definition of a single parent. If this befits you, then well and good. That is the simplest definition of a single parent, a single mother. Can we boast that this is the independence that has always been sought by independent women, by the feminists for all the ages? Or can we summarize that it's only a shame that the unruly feminists have brought into the world and into our country, Kenya? So, question to take home: if you are an independent parent, is it the same desire you wish for your daughter? Let's say you are a single mother. Is it the same desire you will wish for your daughter to live in future? Because parenthood is simply passing on or passing over the responsibility to the children we are raising as future parents. Would you desire your daughter to live in your shoes now that whatever we do in life, we are only but models to our future children and to the future generations? You are a single and independent mother. Will you wish your son to marry your own type? A daughter-in-law with the same mindset of an independent lady? I know you are thinking like, I don't care, I don't give a damn. Or still, I don't care, let what be, be. But while we make this decision as independent parents, we should not limit our judgment such that we think we are leaving the last generation. Remember that we are teachers to the next generation, and they can only afford to give that which they receive from us as their guide. Remember that we are the teachers to the next generation, and they can only give that which they receive from us. Final word to all the independent fathers, to all the independent mothers in the country. Our children can only keep and give what they receive from us as parents. So let's learn from those who have the hope, the hopeful, and let's help save the next generation from the calamity. Remember, two are better than one. You are new here on our channel, Jenga Kenya TV. Kindly show us some love by subscribing to the channel again, like, share, and help us inspire even more. Jenga Kenya TV, call me King Falme. Until next time, bye for now.